Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if you've got a rigid belt sander. I'm just going to fiddle around here just so we can see the model number. This is it here. There we go. Let's just turn it around. It's my first repair video, so I'm doing, so be patient with me. So we're doing the rigid R2740. So what had happened is this roller here that I'm fiddling with, sorry, I meant to record it before, but it had worn out. This file call on YouTube that I could see on how to replace this puppy. So this is the worn one here. I took some of the rubber off because I didn't know, and I tried to find the helpline. Trying to find some help is like waiting forever. I'm a bit pissed about that. But anyway, so you look at this thing here. So that's the side that will go into there. It'll go into that side over there. Okay. Right. And there's a nut. If you can see that nut there. Now that freaking nut is impossible to grab. There's absolutely, it's flush with the housing there. See, it's flush. There's nothing that's going to graft. Nothing that's going to work. So it's a bit of an aggravation. So I phoned Rigid Helpline, and trying to phone these people to help you, you wait for freaking ever. So of course I'm impatient. Before I started, let me explain to you what I did. I'm gonna flip this on the side. You get the cable out the way. So this is the housing here. This is the side. So first of all, you take off this assembly here. You have to take this assembly. This assembly lives like that, right? Lives like that, and I'm going to show you how to put it back on when I'm done. And then you've got a belt that lives on top of here like that. You put that back, and then the cover, and then I'm going to put this on the side for now. Sorry, then I'll flip it back over. Just put some cloth over here so you don't damage the gears. Always walk on that. And then this side is where the tensioner, so I'm assuming you've got one, so we kind of like, it's not a newbie here, and you just want to replace it with one. And this goes in there. The one thing you've got to be critical, see here, this little spring over here, this little slot over there, and it's got a line into there, right? So that's what you've got to be doing. So how did I get this puppy off? It pissed me off so much. What I did was, you're not supposed to grab it, but I got a set of vice grips, or adjustable wrench, I don't know what you call them here, but we call them, I've got two of these channel locks. That's what they call them here, channel locks. I've got these two. Let me just get here two. I've got these two here. I've got these two channel locks here, right? So when I took some cloth and I held the gear, and then I grabbed this piece over here. I pulled all this plastic because I don't know, I was just pissed with it, so I just said, look, if I don't care. Just took the channel locks and I gripped it like that. Are you with me? Let's take one more down. Now you can't freaking get a channel lock in here, so it's pretty difficult to get a channel lock. I'm going to show you what I did here. So it's difficult to get a channel lock in here, but because you can't turn. But all you really got to do, folks, all you got to do is secure that, right? And it's not counterclockwise. That's the trick of the trade when you take this nut off. It's not counter, it's anti-clockwise and clockwise when you tighten it. So what you do is you put some, there's different ways to do it. You can use a bit of leather. If you've got some nice leather, you can put it around the gear. There. I was just pissed. Bottom line, pissed. And I didn't care if I had to buy a new one. I know it sounds arrogant, but I just was miffed. So I double this over here, and I take a channel lock, and I just grab that gear there. So I've got it there. Fortunately, it's not tightened much. It's just like a quarter of a turn that they tightened it. And then I turn it this way. Are you with me? There's a motherboard over here that controls everything. Just don't damage that. Just stay away from that stuff. And then what you do is you just turn this that way by holding that. Then it comes off. Then you hold it over here with the channel locks just over here. Let me show you how I did it. It's always better to see. I'm sorry I didn't start this whole process. So therefore I just held it like that. Can you see? And I didn't damage it. I don't care if I damaged it. I was just like pissed. But don't see, it can't move anywhere. But I held that, so that doesn't move. And then I moved. So this is holding with the one hand, and then I moved it with the other one. And as you undo it, you unscrew it, this shaft, see where the shaft is over here, is connected to this drive. So that's one assembly, and then this nut screws onto, and then you just turn it and just do a quarter turn. So that's how you do it. There is no other way. I thought there was some magic. Other belt sanders have a nut which extends past this. I mean, crappy design. Who designed this thing? But other belt sanders I've seen, this nut sticks out a little bit, so it's far more practical to work through. Anyway, I got this thing changed. Hopefully that's helpful. If you find a better one, delete me and go to that person, but that was the best way. And then of course, you know, if you've been using this belt sander a long time, you can see all the dust and all the things. This is a good time to service it. Some compressed air, blow it out clean. You see that all there, and then of course the grease is all over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-grease the bearings and then just give a full service, blow it out everywhere I can, because I got the thing open. And that's it. So that's how you train. So I got this from Replacement Parts. They're pretty effective. It's not a plug for them, but they don't pay me. I just want to get this thing done. This is called a drive roller assembly for a R2740. Of course, so it's pretty easy to change, folks. It's if you don't know what you're doing, just take it slowly. Repeating, you take off the cover, and then remember to put a little bit of strip of leather to hold the gears. They make special pliers for this where you can hold the gears. I didn't want to purchase one. I think you do. I'm just assuming. Otherwise, any inventors out there, make something that grabs gears, man. It'll be a good job. So then you lock. So this is where you're going to turn. So you've got a lot of turning on here. You've got to hold this shaft still. It's got to be fixed, and then remember it's anti-clockwise to loosen. It's not clockwise. That's the trick. And if anyone has any tip, be free to do that. So have fun on changing this. I mean, if you want, you can text me. I can maybe help you through it. But you know, I mean, it's not expensive. You just buy a new one if you mess it up. But have fun.